Hey everyone, back again for Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. We are doing episode 12 today, which is called Escape From. I don't know where we're escaping to, but we're gonna go check that out. Last episode we just did that was about Togusa going over to the one place that was filled with all those kids that were basically like crazy psycho level hackers basically, and one of them I think it was I think it's fairly obvious that had to have been the Laughing Man, because the kid had Togusa tried to draw him and it was the Laughing Man symbol, so I think that was the Laughing Man. And but yeah, and it's just insane how he was still able to wipe all those kids' minds, even though each one of those kids is like this just genius level like hacker. So it's just like it was really cool to see the difference in power levels, I guess, and just see how that escalates further and further, and then just to like at the end to kind of have it be like, shit, who was even real? Like, I'm sure Togusa like experienced all those things, but like there are certain people I don't think were really there, kind of, and who knows, maybe like the caretakers can only see so much too. And I don't know, like there's definitely like a little bit that was kind of like open-ended in terms of like how you translate that, you know. A little ambiguous, but please like, comment, and subscribe. Anytime you spend here, it greatly helps me out. I would like to be able to expand upon my channel at some point. I also do have a Patreon, and we're typically about a week ahead. And at this point, you guys should already know that I'm doing another reaction series based on Wolf's Rain. So that's just kind of like, you know, I'm kind of testing my limits right now, but I'd love to be able to push it further. But yeah, so let's go ahead and dive into this. All right, we got the Tachikoma now. Is it a Tachikoma episode?
You awake? Rise and shine.
It's gotta be like watching pets.
Oh boy, it's full of information.
All right, we might be getting a pretty lighthearted episode this time. I really thought he was gonna knock that crowbar out of there.
My experience points are piling up.
Did it just leave Section 9? Just fuck off? Can they just leave like that? Are they even allowed to? I would imagine no.
Excuse me, have you seen Locky?
Lucky?
The pet I keep, it's my dog. His name's Locky.
Keep? Lost?
Will you help me look for him?
Well, you see, I was kind of hoping to go into town.
I'm on my way through the town.
So I get that the Tachikoma is trying to like understand this girl, but it's interesting that it locked onto words like keep and lost. To an AI, is it trying to understand what it is to have something and then to lose something? Is that like what it's trying to like dissect? I'm at least getting good vibes from this music. I'm not getting good vibes from Mini Major, no.
I bet you Locky's gonna be hungry when I find him. I'm buying him one of these.
Food in anime always looks pretty good.
Look, there's a dog over there. Maybe that's Lucky. Well, is this animal your pet?
That's not him.
Huh.
Well,
That was mean.
Mean? But it wasn't Lucky. That dog is of no use to you.
So what
slap the shit out of that Tachikoma.
if you ever do that again, you'll make me really mad.
The Tachikoma doesn't know, but I guess it could have been worse. I don't know, but I'm watching Wolf's Rain, right? I have like a new,
Huh?
not a new respect, but I have a heightened respect for animals right now because of that show.
Oh, wow. I bet it's a cyber brain. You're me?
Ugh.
And if you took something without asking anyone, that's stealing. I'll keep you on a leash if you can't behave.
What's your name, miss? Or do you have something that would show us who you are?
What, sweetie?
Hey there, officers. I'm her guardian. For your information, I was critically wounded during the war. My brain, the only part of me left.
It's using Armaki's voice.
You kids today are just plain babies and spoiled
I'm
and don't
sorry
even
for
know
the
what war
misunderstanding.
is.
Let's try looking for that Ocean View Hills Park you mentioned.
Thank you, Tachikoma.
So Tachikoma's just playing hooky.
Gosh, we've had Lockie ever since I was born.
They just want to experience.
Wow, you two must be the best of buddies.
Yep.
But then, how did Lockie wander off and get lost?
I really love this music too. It's really fantastic.
Tachikoma, there's a story called The Secret Goldfish. You know it? This girl owns a goldfish, but she doesn't want anyone to see it. She won't show it to anybody.
It's fascinating that a secret organization would employ, you know, robots like these with this like sort of mentality programmed into them where they really have like a childlike curiosity. I'm not sure if that was like intentional. I'm feeling like maybe there's like more lore behind this that I just don't know.
The girl didn't want any of the grown-ups to feel that she would be sad or upset if they found out her little fish passed away.
It's a very mature kid. But it's interesting that the kid is teaching the Tachikoma the idea of death.
Actually, I knew all along. When I got home from daycare on Thursday, Lockie wasn't there. But Mommy and Daddy said that he'd gone outside. I told my parents that we should go look for him on Friday or Saturday.
So she kind of figured it out.
I can't comprehend the concept of death. I think it's due to the fact that I don't have a ghost. I also fail to understand the whole idea of sadness. I guess it must be because I can't die.
The Tachikoma's crying. Does the Tachikoma know that it's crying, or is that just leaking? But I assume this is like a metaphor, or maybe that's like a very like. Maybe it just has like a very dormant emotion where it's straight faced, just talking like nothing's happening, but on the outside it's actually like manifesting tears.
I mean, it's not like I ran away.
Hey, will you shut up? Listen up. Here's what I found, Bato. There were trace amounts of protein from the neurochips of the Tachikoma's AI system. Those proteins dissolved into the natural oil you've been giving it.
Bato, you pamper your Tachikoma like it's a pet cat. They're simply machines.
So the oil is causing it to manifest feelings?
This would be news if it happened at the Artificial Intelligence Research Agency. But the Major is gonna rip you a new one, pal.
Fine morning to you, Major.
Sucking up won't work. The use of natural oil is banned from this point forward. Understand, Bato? Togasa, get that box over to the crime lab. And Ishikawa, I want you there as an observer.
Damn.
On top of things.
Wonder how she finds out.
Damn. Even I felt like I was in trouble.
Are the contents of that box dangerous at all?
Well, our guy here dove in a while ago and hasn't come up since. No sign of attack or program-induced backflow in the inspector's brain.
What are you saying? That he doesn't want to come back?
That's gotta be scary. Like, linking minds with something like that.
I'll dive in and have a look.
Hey, wait! Now you should hold off for authorization from the chief. What if worse comes to worse, Major?
Fuck that.
I'm inside the hall. They were kind enough to design it so that you can only go forward. It's faint, but I hear voices.
What's this?
What the...
Major, what is it?
Oh shit.
Major!
So her ghost left her body. So in another way, is that like her soul getting sucked into this thing?
I'm afraid you're just wasting your breath because everyone here is completely under its spell. If it piqued your curiosity, would you care to join us and find out for yourself?
What? Hey!
Inspector. He's like, I'm going to.
Where have you been? What happened to you in here?
Oh, hi, Major. Nice to see you. This is a mind-blowing movie.
We're going back.
Don't look at the movie. Wow. What was the movie?
I have to admit, for a movie, it wasn't bad. But a film with no beginning or end that hooks an audience and won't let go of them is harmful no matter how wonderful you may have believed it was.
Oh, you're a tough critic. You're willing to accept responsibility for depriving these people of their dreams?
So maybe the film is not necessarily anything. Maybe it's just something to put you in a trance.
We ran a match on the records, by the way. The maker of the film is a generally unknown director. He never released a single mainstream movie.
Which is probably the guy with the old man with the hat.
He must have had his own brain and part of his spine removed, installed a life support system, and locked himself up in this box.
Damn.
What's the movie all about?
Some were so enthralled by the film that after diving into these boxes, they died without ever waking back up. The fact that it was the appeal of his film that kept the audience there. There was no trap, and there was no hacking.
Oh, there's no hacking.
Mr. Director is still alive.
So maybe
Extract his brain. And
maybe there is a film in there.
So we can't go online. Then assemble a list of viewers who fully regained consciousness.
Wow. So a real case came out of this episode. That's crazy.
I'm heading back to the hangar now, because I gotta go switch out the oil in my Tachikoma.
Per your orders.
I know. Let's you and I go together to see a movie sometime.
Thank you. But when there's a movie I really want to see, I make a special point to see it alone.
Whoa! Took his brain out, put it in a box, and locked himself away, and he gets to live in his little world where people come and watch his movie. That actually doesn't sound all bad, you know, especially like if you're like old enough and it's like, you know, it's hard to move anyway. Like, what the fuck? You can probably move better around in your own mind than you can in real life, right? So, but man, can you imagine if like that ends up being like the future, where like instead of like retirement homes, just an idea, what if we have retirement homes and then we just end up taking all the old people out, putting them in their own box, where it's kind of like their own little heaven, their own little, you know, their own little fantasy world where they can live out the rest of their days living out their fantasy. Wouldn't that be kind of neat? You know, especially if there's like older people that are like suffering and things like that. It could be used in a positive way for health reasons to ease people's suffering, you know. And I mean, the reality of it could be like very like inhumane, because like you might like open up a whole closet and there's just a closet full of these boxes and it's just all people. That'd be fucking crazy. I'm just spitballing here, but like but I'm just saying, you know, if I got old enough and, you know, there's not much left for me to do, you know, that box may not be a bad idea. But I mean, it would only be weird if, like, I guess you realize the reality of your situation and like maybe there's only so many places you can go or something. I don't know, maybe like feeling trapped and stuff like that. But I don't know. But that like, even, wow, that episode is interesting. Like they even though that it kind of like really focused on that Tachikoma and like focused on its perception of life and death and just and just human relationships with you know, with pets and things like that, or just people that they love, or pets that they love. Even though it's kind of like mainly based on that, it was, you know, that whole ending part actually kind of like to me kind of stole the show. There was some good musical bits in the beginning there, but like once that entered the thing, that really kind of caught my attention, just because it kind of got serious for a second, because you're like, where'd the inspector go? What's going on inside this box? But to just kind of like real quick shove that into that episode was like crazy, like a really kind of a crazy detour. But yeah, so that was kind of like its own thing, like not really any Laughing Man related things going on in that episode, which is pretty cool. But yeah, just another day at Section 9, I guess. But that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, like, or subscribe. And we'll be back next week with another Ghost in the Shell episode. See ya.